Saturday divisional round matchup between the Rams and Packers is worth $250,000 to us. Let's go get it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm your host, Jason Mattis, as always, with Winning Bets. Thanks for checking out this contest. This one takes us over to the Fox Bet Super 6 app, and it's a matchup between the Rams and Packers on Saturday's divisional round playoff. And thanks to them, it can be worth $250,000 to us. You guys know how this goes by now. We got to answer 6 questions to take on that jackpot prize. If nobody can do it, they'll give away a guaranteed $1,000 prize to the group of people that can get the most points. Rams, Packers, let's get after it. I looked up data. The questions here are a little bit different than what they've seen in the past. This is about a trend that they've now had for about the last 2. So I've kind of mixed it up in terms of my research. I focused primarily on the last 3 games, but then just kind of put on a different little spin to it. We got to get more of these questions right. So I'm mixing it up here a little bit. So on the first question that they're going to ask us, it's going to be what are going to be the combined completions for Rodgers and Goff so far in this game? Well, Rodgers' big plays, that's how he's, if you look at his completions, he sits at about low 20s. That's because he gets a lot of big plays, so he gets a lot of yardage, but his completions are actually lower than what you would actually what you would think for a quarterback with that many yards. So it'll be interesting to see if he can hit big plays against a really, really good Rams defense. That'll be the thing. He may have to get more completions to get the same amount of yards because of this good Rams defense. So because of that, I think it'll be around 50 is where I see this number falling in between these two quarterbacks. So I'm going to go ahead and say 47 to 50 completions combined for these two guys. Question 2 is who's going to have the most receptions and by how many? Well, again, I see both of them on average. They're on average about 23, 24 per game on offense for both of these quarterbacks. Packers defensively, they're really consistent. Doesn't matter if you look up their last 3 games, their season total, they're pretty consistent. They give up 22 completions per game. The Rams defense is much better. They're about upper to mid-teens, and maybe they touch 20 occasionally. So they're not giving up as much. So because the Rams defense is better, they do about the same on offense. I'll say the Rams in this one, but it's going to be tight. I'm going to say 0-1. They're gonna lead, or there's a chance that maybe they're not and they're tied. So I like Rams here and give me 0-1. Question 3 is what's going to be the team with the most rushing yards and by how many? Well, both of these teams are top 10 in rushing over the course of the season. The last 3 games, just really, really good. Although yardage, though, the Packers are better on offense by about 30 to 40 yards, depending on if you look at that season or last 3 game total. Rams rush defense, though, is definitely better, and it's by about good 30 yards defense. This Rams defense is better. This Rams defense is top 5 in the league. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Packers will be the team with the most rushing yards, but it won't be by much. I'll say 6 to 14 yards is how much they'll be better by. Question 4 is what's going to be the team with the most receiving yards and by how many? Well, the Packers throw more. I mean, duh, that's not, or in terms of more yards, I don't think that's going to be, a big breaking news there. They throw the ball more by about 45 yards per game. So it's a good little bit, 45 yards. The Rams defense, again, it's absolutely good. It doesn't matter if it's rush defense or pass defense. It's been dominant all season long. They only allow about upper 100. They're around, 190, 195. Occasionally you can catch 200, but they're really sitting at about upper 100s. Meanwhile, the Packers defense, they're low 2s, 205, 210, 215 is about their max. So a good defense, but the Rams defense is better, but the Packers offense is better. The defense isn't a whole lot worse than that Rams defense. I'll say Packers for this one for the team, and I'll say 25 to 39 yards. Question 5 is what's going to be the team with the most punt return yards and how many? Well, the Rams have more yards. The Rams have more attempts. The Rams have a better average per return, and the Rams have the longest return. This one, to me, at least picking the team was kind of easy and straightforward. It's definitely the Rams for me on this one, and I'll go ahead and say 16 to 20 yards is what they'll lead by. And question 6 is always who's going to win that game. All right, so the line is currently right now Packers minus 6.5 is where that line is. I'm going to go on a limb. Been riding this Rams train all season long. I really understand, obviously, the Packers offense and how prolific it is, but they haven't gone up a defense like this all season long. The one defense they did go up against was the Buccaneers. We saw how that game played out. So this Rams defense is just really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and say Rams win the game by 3-4 is what I've got this. I think the offense can do just enough combined with a really strong defense. Obviously, we need Aaron Donald. It seems like Aaron Donald's going to play. This is definitely contingent on Aaron Donald playing, but that doesn't look like that'll be a factor. But go ahead and give me a Rams win by 3-4 points. And actually, you guys love the research for this. I was answering the questions was relatively easy, so to speak, based on how the research went. So on my wife's entry, I'm going to say Packers win the game by 5-6. So on her entry, I've got Packers win it by 5-6. If you're like me, you play one entry on your phone and one entry on your wife's, and you're hell bent on the Packers winning this game, and both of you guys are going to have the Packers winning this game, I would follow my research and just change the yardage on one of those questions. I feel really good based on how the research fell with these questions. So maybe just change the yardage on one of them. But I'm going to go ahead and say the upset on my entry. I'm taking these Rams to win the game by 3-4. That's how I'm going to round out my chance to win $250,000 on the Rams vs. Packers Saturday afternoon football. Thanks to our friends over on the Fox Bet Super 6 app. Got all contests going on all weekend, guys. We got $100,000 between that Ravens-Bills matchup, and we also got a little bit later on, we got another $250,000 going on this Bucs-Saints game. So make sure you come back, watch those videos, and get your picks in. I'll see you guys on the next contest.
Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.